dun 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 do 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 do. I don't know if you're aware, but I'm kind of like a big Godzilla fan out there. Well, greetings humans and the non-humans out here. Today, I would like to talk about share with you all my top 10 favorite Godzilla films. Currently, because most likely in about a few months I'm probably going to change my mind, and then, it's shifting constantly. But this is the most consistent, the top 5 is always the same, but yeah, let's just get this going right away. Number 10. Godzilla, Planet of the Monsters. I feel like a lot of people just discredit my whole list entirely. Reminders, this is all opinions out here, opinions, are different. I know, it's quite scary, Like, trust me, people go on the internet like, what? His opinion differs from my opinion? Well, yeah, it's like that these days. I hope y'all know this. I'm pretty sure most of you know. I'm assuming, which I know I'm not supposed to assume, but I'm assuming that you know. Well, number 10, Godzilla, Planet of the Monsters, and let me explain why. We got a film with the most interesting concept out there. So basically, we got a world where a bunch of monsters are ruining the planet Earth, and then some aliens help out. Then Godzilla shows up, and oh no, the humans and aliens can't solve the problem. And then another race of aliens shows up, and then they're like, gee, I don't know how to take care of this monster. This Godzilla fellow here, he's like, causing havoc. We don't know what to do. And then they're like, you know what? I'm out of here. And then they all just, boot out into space, looking for a brand new planet. And then we find out that they're running low on resources, and they have to come back just to see, because who knows? There's no way Godzilla could have lived that long, right? Well, it turns out that, there's a Godzilla, out there on planet Earth, and the Earth has changed because due to this space travelness, which I really do like the sci-fi-ness of in this film. I really do appreciate this a lot. And basically, they come to Earth. I hope I'm pronouncing our planet right, because a lot of humans always say I'm mispronouncing it. Sorry. But, so, they come to Earth. Should I just call it our planet? Yeah, I'll just call it. They come to our planet, and a lot of time has passed, and we see that basically life has evolved based on Godzilla. Because the plants, they're like hard as the metal, and they could cut through any object real easily. We got these little flying bird creatures that somehow share correlation to Godzilla's DNA. And then we find, Godzilla Phileas to be precise, and I like the design of this Godzilla. He's quite similar to the 2014 design of Godzilla. Quite a little chubby right there, and supposedly is made of plants. Yeah, we get the plant Godzilla right here. And oh, notice he's green. Green Godzilla. Yeah, I mentioned that right there. So we got the green Godzilla situation officially on Toho's part. So the humans and the aliens, they fly by to our planet, and then they send some of the humans out there and some aliens. And the main character, was basically that one kid from that one anime called, I don't know, what was it called? Attack of the Titans, or I don't know. I bet I triggered some people. But basically, he's like that. And he's like, oh, boo-hoo, I lost my parents to Godzilla, now I wanna kill them all, hoo-hoo-hoo. And then, yeah, so we got a guy that wants to kill Godzilla, and he actually is pretty impressive that he's the only one out there that's been studying how to kill Godzilla, even knows about this little force field that Godzilla could produce, and you gotta destroy a certain organ, and then, yeah, it's pretty crazy. I really do enjoy this film because, like I said, I like the idea of a premise of the humans lost, and now they're coming back to try to fight back for their planet that was rightfully theirs. And the whole planet just evolved over time because humans left, and also the aliens. I'm not sure if the aliens... No, they probably did stuff to the planet. And, yeah, I really do recommend watching the anime trilogy. It's very different than any other Godzilla film. especially the third one, which gets very philosophical right away. Which I don't know about you, but I love my philosophy, being questioned in my films. So yeah, Godzilla Planet of the Monsters. You should watch it. It's my number 10. Number 9. Godzilla, King of the Monsters, 2019, to be precise, because you know how movies like to reuse the same title. I don't know why they do that. Do you think it sounds cool? Like, hey, let's have this one game, Sonic the Hedgehog, and let's just make this epic game and just call it the same thing, just make it sound cool. So yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog. Do you know how annoying that is? It's like Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters. Every time you're on the internet and you search something up, you have to type specifically the date for the one thing you're looking up. You can't just search up Sonic the Hedgehog or search up just Ghostbusters or Halloween. You gotta type in Godzilla, King of the Monsters, 1956 or 2019. Anyways, back on topic. Godzilla, King of the Monsters, 2019. It's a great film. I really like watching it and stuff. The only reason why it's like not high in my top 10 but not really low in my whole ranking list is because I really do like the special effects. Seeing a Hollywood budget Godzilla film going all out, it's pretty exciting. It doesn't go higher on my list just because I'm kind of not a fan of the storyline. I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm not expecting a really brilliant masterpiece out there for a Godzilla story. But, like, I don't know. The fact that this film promotes nuclear power stuff, yeah. Because, like, 1954 Gojira was a film that was about anti-nuclearism. We don't want nuclear power. But then this film's like, hey, yo, the Titans right here, every time they leave a trail, they restore nature to its balance. What? Last time I checked, if you do that in real life, I don't think you get nature back to its balance. Not gonna lie. I get some weird stuff right here. Oh boy. My poor DNA, it's being damaged. I really need to check a doctor for this. But, so we got number 9, Godzilla, King of the Monsters, 2019. The ups and the downs of Godzilla, King of the Monsters, 2019 is very interesting. A good up is that I love the designs for all of these kaijus right here. The Toho kaijus and the new cool kaijus that were introduced in this film. So, like, one of the cool things I like is the new Godzilla design, I like how his spikes are more spikier and stuff. And King Ghidorah, oof, I love that design. And also, I really do enjoy that the heads have different personalities. Mothra is actually pretty good. I actually do enjoy it. I was about to complain about it, but I just realized, yeah, I do like the design. Quite small, but then again, I don't mind. It's pretty cool design. And also, the only design I didn't like was Rodan's because it's like weird, seeing a weird lava creature that's still, I don't know. It's just Rodan. That's the only one I don't like that much. But otherwise, it's great designs all around. Especially the cool tusk mammoth looking kaiju and the Overmuto. Legendary Pictures, you really do know how to design some cool Hollywood budget monsters. A few downs, of course, is, we got Thanos' mom's like, I gotta restore balance to the whole planet by killing everyone. And then halfway in the film, she's like, oh no, killing people's wrong. I should probably listen to my daughter and, gonna do this sacrifice, it's gonna help, bring out my character. In reality, it didn't, but I still love this movie, it's, yeah, there's some downsides and upsides to it, but overall, I really do have a fun experience. I don't get sour mooded when I watch the film, so that's why I still consider it, one of my top 10 films. I don't know, if we were to rank this, like, aesthetically, not aesthetically, but I guess the quality of the film, it's not gonna make it that high, because there's some films, some Godzilla films that I do consider an art piece. This is just not one of them. Number 8. Godzilla, 2014. Again, why do they always reuse the title? Well, anyways, Godzilla 2014 is actually a film that surprisingly I like more than its sequel, because even though we have less Godzilla in the film, it tells a very interesting story. The whole direction of the film for the first half is a masterpiece. The other parts, though, ooh, I don't know. I guess what I really enjoyed was Walter White's character. Basically, he was scrambling, trying to understand, the government's hiding something. There was something out there, something killed his wife, and everyone calls him crazy, because it's like, oh, it was a nuclear accident, but it wasn't. He was going for years, trying to scour and find out, what was going on. He discovered Monarch. No one has never discovered Monarch. The whole public, this was all hidden for the public. And then we have this, the son, and basically I thought the whole film was gonna be this cool father and son, discovery. Like, yeah, father, you were right. Now let's work together and figure out what on earth is going on. Instead, the father dies halfway in the film. Okay, I think I'll recover. The other half isn't bad per se. It's just that we had an amazing, strong, great. I'm sorry, my emotions are starting to show. It was so good, man. I wish the whole film was like that. The son's okay, but it's just that I don't care about his perspective of him being part of the army. What was he doing? I mean, I guess he was a hero because he saved the whole nuclear bomb thingy, which I'm still confused because they confirmed that, yeah, these creatures feed on nuclear radiation, so we're going to explode them with nuclear radiation. I'm thinking, like, won't that make them get stronger or well fed? I don't see why would you want to do this. And then, as well as that, I don't think the nuclear bomb was far enough in the city to blow up in a safe range. But otherwise, I really do like the film. The Mutos, the massive, unidentified terrestrial organism, cool concept, I like them. As well as the whole Monarch being a secret until now and Godzilla being exposed, which was hidden for many years. I really like the world building for this film. And I really hope you give it a shot. Despite it not being Japanese, I do believe Americans can make really good Godzilla films. This is an example of a good American film. I mean, granted, King of the Monsters was also a good film, but this one's just better, in my opinion. Number 7. Godzilla 2000. And the best part is, that's part of the title. It's not called Godzilla, and then you gotta put parentheses 2000. It's Godzilla 2000. Even though it came out in 1999. But this is a film I actually enjoy mostly because I just like Godzilla's design. I really like how he has these large purple spikes, and these are amazing spikes. These are my favorite design-wise. They're all dark purple and really large. I really like the centerpiece right there. And he shoots orange atomic breath. And now, I don't know about you, but for a while it's mostly been blue. He has done the red spiral, but it's usually when it's like a supercharged form. And he did start off with white, which I'm not sure if you really count that because it's like the film was in black and white. So, but yeah, I really like this film mostly because I just like this Godzilla's design alone. That literally carries most of the film. The plot is pretty ridiculous, but I really do like the plot. Basically we got this alien that shows up that's been here for a millennium. Ooh, you see, it's the Millennium series, so we got a Millennium. That's the name of the alien species, but it's pretty cool, And then we got Orga, which I really like the design. Yeah, not much to say right here. This is just a film I really like. Also, the CGI didn't age too well, but the practical effects, that stuff, that's the good stuff there. Number 6. Godzilla Tokyo SOS. So, watching a lot of Godzilla films, they had a bunch of scenes play before you get to the main menu, and there was this one film that they always kept on hyping up about, Godzilla Tokyo SOS. I'm like, gee, I get it already. You know what's so special about this film? I watched it when I was young and thought it was okay. It's when I was young, I was like, oh, I only care about the monsters fighting, and oh, I don't like it when Godzilla loses. So I didn't like it when I was little. But as I became more older and refined, I managed to really love this film. I really like the practical effects. Like, okay, this may sound weird, but I'm a practical effects geek. I just like seeing like how you could tell how the movie was done, and if it's done really good, then I like it even more. The show films, yes, I do know you could tell how they were made, but it's kind of more like it breaks the continuity right there. It's not continuity, but it breaks the immersion. The Heisei films and the Millennium films didn't break the immersion. Like, I think I can only think one time where I was like, ooh, I could see strings was Godzilla versus Megaguirus or Megagyrus, depends on how you pronounce that name. Which I didn't know that was a female. I mean, it makes sense because you know it's like a queen, you know, like a bee and a dragonfly. But back on topic. So Godzilla Tokyo SOS. Really like the film. The practical effects are amazing. You know, we got a plot, you know, with Godzilla, Mechagodzilla. Well, Kiryu, which is referred into this film, and I really like it. Oh no, they call it Mecha G, huh? Well, I don't know. The third Mechagodzilla, I guess I'll just say it. We'll just call him Kiryu because that's the much easier way to say it. So I don't want to cause any confusion right here. Kiryu, I really like the idea that it's the original Godzilla's bones being used as a, I guess a mainframe, or you know, as the skeleton for the robot, and then the bones basically possess the Mechagodzilla's body. It's like, oh no, you know, we got this moral conflict. Maybe we should let the dead rest and stuff. Also, Mothra's there, and they repeat a Mothra versus Godzilla moment where, you know, Mothra shows up, gets killed. I mean, what did you expect? Fire, you know, bug. They don't mix well together. And then the babies are like, yo, this thing killed our mother. Let's kill it now. Well, not kill it, but stop it. You know, it may reuse some ideas and stuff, but I really like this film. Yeah, and I really don't mind the humans. You know, we got this one guy that likes, you know, his Mechagodzilla and stuff. And then we got this old guy, you know, who was apparently the same character from, you know, the Mothra film, which is a pretty cool way to tie up the continuity together. And yeah, I really enjoy this. It's the sequel to Godzilla Against Mechagodzilla, which is a fine film, but I'm not, like, against Mechagodzilla. It's not a film that I look forward to watching when I do a cool marathon. Tokyo SOS, though, that is a film I look forward to watching when I do my Godzilla marathons. Number 5. Hey, we're halfway done. Groovy. Godzilla Final Wars. Well, when I was always young, I always thought, it would be so cool. We get all the Godzilla kaijus and they had all fight each other in the same film. And despite Destroy All Monsters being a thing, which I didn't know was a thing, but it's not my ideal Godzilla film, since it's just the Showa films, monsters, and doesn't have them all together, technically. And then I found Godzilla Final Wars, which also isn't technically the idea of my kid version of myself's dream of a Godzilla film. Which, granted, I don't know if I really want that film to be real as an older individual. But Godzilla Final Wars, it's a celebration of Godzilla's, you know, 50th anniversary. You know, so it's like he's 50 years old. And basically, we got these cool bunch of monsters showing up, controlled by aliens, you know, the classic plot, you know, like Zillions, you know, with the same suits, designs, well, for that one guy, and then everyone else has newer, edgy designs, which I don't mind the villains, you know, this young, you know, guy, kind of reminds me of a Roderick, I don't know why, but he doesn't look like him, but yet he does. Strange. But, Godzilla Final Wars, we have Godzilla, you know, and this is actually, I feel like it's one of the strongest Godzillas out there. Not the strongest, but one of. Just for the fact that he just wrecks havoc. Like, 3 monsters gang up on him. No biggie. The 1998 Godzilla shows up. And, you know, no biggie. Well, I guess it's not a competition between the two of them when it comes to power, but I mean, it's not the 1988 Godzilla because it's Zilla, which is a difference. I don't want to explain that part, but Godzilla 1998 versus Zilla, but Zilla is just a beefed up version of 1998. Yeah, basically, yeah, that's what it is. And then, sadly, we got one of my favorite characters, Hedron or Hedora, showing up, and he was gonna get more scenes, man. You could see in the credits right there, he was gonna have more scenes, but instead he got cut, and then he loses his eye to Ebra. They get stuck together, and then Godzilla just destroys them. And I don't like it when people say Hedora is weak because of that one scene, because it's like, that was a really strong Godzilla. You don't understand this. Godzilla was rampaging through the whole planet, taking monsters one by one. But I think it literally took Monster X to show up just to give Godzilla a hard time. And also, I really love the design for Gigan in this film. Gigan's one of my favorite not characters, kaijus out there. And yeah, I really like the design, the cool, double-pronged chainsaw blades that he gets later and launching chainsaws. And even his normal scythes where he has, like, these cool little hooks that, launch and you can, grapple to people. Great film. A lot of action from both the humans and the monster side. So it's a win-win in this scenario. If you got the time, and you're accepting of this cool, epic, crazy plot of aliens trying to take over the planet and use Godzilla as their final resort, you're going to have a good time. Also, Monster X2 / Kaiser Ghidorah, when he uses his gravity beams, it alters gravity, like gravity beams should. Okay, I'm sorry, it's a small nitpick, but every time King Ghidorah ever uses gravity beams, it never made sense. I always thought it was electricity when I was little, like, oh, it's lightning, but when someone explains to me, oh no, that's gravity beams, this affects gravity, I'm like, it doesn't really. Until Kaiser Ghidorah shows up, whoa, his gravity beams affects gravity. That part was really exciting. I guess it's not really King Ghidorah, it's Kaiser Ghidorah. So, I guess if we count Godzilla vs. Evangelion film where Shin King Ghidorah showed up and had gravity beams that worked even better, like gravity beams, I guess that's the real King Ghidorah gravity beams, but I count Kaiser Ghidorah as a King Ghidorah. Is that confusing for you? All the Ghidorahs? So yeah, Final Wars, number 5, good time. Love the designs of the monsters and seeing Godzilla rampaging through them all. Kind of a long beginning, but honestly, I don't mind the humans. Number 4. Godzilla vs. Destroyer. Yeah, I guess this is where the depressing / epic films are gonna show up. I'm not sure what happened to me. I guess as I got all older, I became all edgier and started liking, these. Okay, it's not all of them are edgy, but okay, it's kind of edgy. But I like these films, because this is the film where Godzilla dies. The movie. Okay. So, Godzilla vs. Destroyer, or the Destroyer, which I don't know why they say that in the American dub. Destroyer. Is that copyrighted or something? Or I don't know, I'm confused. I don't know. Godzilla vs. Destroyer, or Destroyer! No, I'm not gonna do that. Destroyer is an interesting film. So basically, it's the end of the Heisei films, which all the Heisei films are all connected, which I really do love. How it's one long, cohesive storyline. And yeah, I really like how it concluded. So basically, Godzilla, he had too much nuclear radiation. Oh, he doesn't feel so good. So it's like, oh, he's gonna die. But it's like, oh no, he's gonna die. Because apparently when he dies, either one or two things happens. Either he explodes, destroys the planet, which was the original theory, and then it became, oh no, he's gonna melt and cause the whole planet to capsize because his temperature's too hot and stuff, and yeah, that ain't good. So basically the humans are trying to figure out a way to stop Godzilla. And then, all of a sudden, in a clever way, they managed to tie in the original 1954 film by saying when the Oxygen Destroyer killed the first Godzilla, it reawakened these ancient creatures from ancient times. It's like basically a crab-like looking creature, and it mutates and evolves into Destroyers. Okay, a bunch of little crab creatures. You know, they're about bigger than humans. Then they combine to destroy. Yeah, huh? Wait. Oh, and then Godzilla Jr. shows up and, you know, basically wrecks, you know, Destroyer with Godzilla and stuff. And then the real Destroyer shows up. And man, that design alone, oh, I could just geek out based on Destroyer's design. Like, this is a monster that Godzilla could not defeat. I'm gonna keep pointing this out to many people. Godzilla defeated many monsters, but Destroyer, that was a feat that he couldn't do. And sadly, this is awkward. The monster that Godzilla couldn't defeat gets defeated by the military. Ooh, I don't like that. Oh no. Despite that, I still consider Destroyer one of Godzilla's hardest foes out there to defeat. You know, probably one of the top 10 strongest, you know, foes. And yeah, it's the film that Godzilla dies, and it's pretty sad and emotional. This was supposed to be the final Godzilla film, and if it was a good way to end off the series. You know, they tied in the 1954 film, and then they ended off where there's some new hope that Godzilla Jr. is going to pass on the legacy, and then they play the Godzilla theme, which I would love to play, but apparently that's one of those films that's super tight on copyright, so oops, guess we won't play that. I'll just do my rendition. Okay, I'm gonna stop. You're not gonna like that. Unless. Okay, I'll stop. A lot of people don't like me doing that. Number 3. Top 3, baby. Gojira, 1954. Okay, you know, don't crucify me because I put this as my number 3, not my number 1. I know there's some purists, it's like, the original is the best film out there. There's no way you could put that as your number 3, Basement Dweller. But it's like, hear me out. This is preference, you know, and even if it was, let's say, examine it as a pure art form. Actually, I guess it would be number 1. But, Gojira 1954, well, I guess I'll just say Gojira for now, but basically, it's art, you know, it's a post-World War II film, you know, about the fears of nuclear radiation and, you know, nuke testing and stuff, and I really do like that. We got this abomination creature that mankind basically created, and they can't stop it until they have to design another super weapon that mankind has to design. And then, to try to stop it all, to end the loop, the guy who designs the Oxygen Destroyer, Shirozawa, basically dies with the only knowledge of the Oxygen Destroyer. And it's a really interesting, you know, film, you know, from a political aspect, from a story aspect, and a fun fact, you know, in the 1956 version Godzilla, Raymond Burr's in there. So, I don't know, it's kind of distracting. It's kind of reasons why I don't watch the American version, because, like, okay, I watch all my films dubbed. I know, a lot of people are going to hate this, but 2 films, I watch the Japanese version. And that is Shin Godzilla and Gojira. Because I feel like that was the way you're meant to watch it. And also because the American version of Godzilla 1954 has Raymond Burr, you know, sneaked in, and every time I see it, I think of Perry Mason, because I actually watch Perry Mason and Ironside and stuff like that. Well, Ironside, he gets chubbier, but Perry Mason is when he was skinnier. So we see Raymond Burr, you know, and I always think, oh man, Raymond Burr's, not Raymond Burr, Perry Mason's in Godzilla, that's cool, and then it kind of, you know, doesn't make me zone back into the film. And also, 1954, Gojira is more depressing, you know, it's like, gee, this is terrible, there's a giant monster, and we're kind of powerless to stop this thing. People are homeless, homes are wrecked, well, yeah, you know, this mother screams, you know, they're like, oh, it's okay, children, we're gonna see your father real soon, as they're accepting their death. Yeah, it's pretty depressing, and I don't know why I really like that, you know, I guess it's that edginess I was talking about. Yeah. Now, a reason why I don't say that Gojira 1954 isn't my favorite film is because it's a great movie, but not a great film to watch with a family because you gotta be like some movie loving individual. Because if you're just a casual viewer, I don't know why they get bored of it. Like I don't know, it's because I appreciate movie as an art form or something. But every time I watch this film with other casual people, they're like, "Oh, it's so boring. Can we watch something else?" I'm like, "Are you serious? This is pretty good, you know?" Like, and then I don't understand this. I guess the general public would think, "Oh, big monster destroy buildings, and yeah, you fight other big monsters." But then when they see this film, it's like, "Oh, it's this weird black and white depressing film." Okay, I don't know why a lot of people don't like black and white, but I don't mind black and white. I don't even mind, well, not audio free, silent films. I actually do watch silent films. That's a medium that I don't mind watching. It's quite, I don't know, this is one of those historic films out there. And if you're a movie fanboy, that likes to study all movies, it's a great film. If you're just a casual, I don't think I could recommend it. I don't even recommend it when someone says, "Hey, what Godzilla film should I watch?" I don't recommend the first film because, yeah, it's like a whole completely different picture from what most people think of when they think about Godzilla. It literally took many years just to get something similar to 1954, and it became my number 2 film. Number dos. Shin Godzilla. Oh, sorry. This is one of those films where I actually enjoy rewatching it over and over again. So I know there's like this whole controversy. Some people don't like it. Some people hate it. Some people love it and praise it above all else. This is a film that I also consider it as art. Gojira 1954 and Shin Godzilla, I consider them both art and great movies. Well, Shin Godzilla, I could say more confidently it's a great... No. Yeah, both of them I could say they're great movies. Movies. Not great Godzilla films. I mean, they are that, but they're great Godzilla films and great movies, which not many films could say that. We don't have, like... I don't know, take Godzilla King of the Monsters. It's a great Godzilla movie, but not a great movie. Which is not a bad thing, So, yeah. This is a film, like, Shin Godzilla, I just like the whole soundtrack, the aesthetics of the whole film, We got, like, this is the only film out there where I feel like it's the most realistic, like, what would happen if a giant creature showed up? We see the political influences of many other countries like, oh man, we can't let Japan, take care of us on their own. They can't do anything. Let's take over for them. Let's nuke Japan. And then other people are like, no man, we gotta study the fragments. We gotta understand this creature, what is it, where did it came from? And then the Japanese people are like, oh man, what are we gonna do? Our government's too slow to handle such a thing. And I really love this. I don't know. I don't want to fanboy, but I'm getting excited just talking about this film. Shin Godzilla is like, woo! And I don't know. I could fanboy about this all day. So one of the things I really do enjoy is the design of Shin Godzilla. We see him transform. Well, the first form we only see the tail of, but then we see the second form. Kamata-kun. Oh. I love Kamata-kun, Everyone loves Kamata-kun, If you say you don't like Kamata-kun, then I'm actually confused to why you don't like Kamata-kun. And then we got Shuizawa-kun, And we got, third form, which I call Shin Godzilla. I know he has a name based on the city he showed up, but everyone calls him Shin Godzilla. And then we got the potential other form that doesn't happen, but could have happened thing. Yeah, I really like this Godzilla. He also breaks the norm of many things. So, one, he was the tallest Godzilla when he showed up in his film. I guess they wanted to outdo 2014's Godzilla heights. I guess there's some weird measuring contest going on between who had the tallest Godzilla. Also, I do like how this Godzilla has purple atomic breath. And I like the way he has a split jaw when he has a release. And he has a silver membrane to protect his eyes from explosions and stuff like that. And this Godzilla is actually a Godzilla I felt sorry for. The scene where the American stealth bombers launch missiles and they hit Godzilla and he starts to bleed. And then we hear, Who Will Know, which is a really good song in Godzilla's perspective, Basically, he's scared, he's dying. So he tries to come up with a solution to this, which was nuclear radiation, and then it shoots out as fire and becomes thinner and thinner, turns to a purple nuclear radiation breath, and then he closes his mouth and then spews it out all over his back, and the lasers start killing everything, you know? And then he sets the whole city into blaze. This is so good, man. I like this. And then, I guess the only thing I don't like is just the way that humans take him down, but honestly, I'll let that one slide. If I were to give this one a rating, I have to give it, like, oh no, a 9 point something out of 10, because, like, it's like really small nitpicks. Like, we have things that I would actually, you know, want to see more Godzilla films to be based like. Also, it's like, I don't know, it's a film you could, you know, take apart from many different directions. We could take it, you know, like, as the humans as the main characters, or we have Godzilla as the main characters, because a lot of songs, you know, music's out there, you know, it emphasizes both sides of the story, you know, like, we got this creature that doesn't know what to do but just do what he's doing, and then we got these humans, you know, suffering from because of this creature that showed up and is wrecking their country. I love this film, and I could say that confidently. Most films I can't say that confidently, but this is a film that I heartily enjoy, and it's my number 2. And number 1 is quite interesting because you'll see why it's number 1. Number 1! So we're here, number 1. A lot of people actually have this as their number 1 Godzilla film, which is pretty cool to know that I'm not alone. My favorite film is Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, Giant Monsters, All Out Attack. It's a pretty long title. Okay, so let's go rewind time. You know, when I was a wee young lad and I went to the movie rental store, as this was my first Godzilla film, because mind you, I remember, my friend, you know, was playing these Godzilla games, and this is how I was introduced to Godzilla. I was like, oh, this is interesting. You know, there was the one things that, you know, caught my attention was, of course, Godzilla, then King Ghidorah, and then I didn't see Mothra, but I always heard Mothra because it was like a power up in Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee. So then when I see this film, this is the film that caught my attention because it says Godzilla, Mothra, and King Ghidorah on it, and then well, Baragon was there, which I didn't know who Baragon was, and then it caused confusion because my friend was talking about Bagon, which is an unused monster, and then, oh boy, Baragon. Why wasn't he in the title, you know? Like, was there not enough space for him? Because clearly this title is pretty long. They couldn't go Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, Baragon, Giant Monsters All Attack, or Godzilla, Baragon, Mothra, King Ghidorah, Giant Monsters All Attack, or Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, Giant Monsters All Attack, and Knuckles. Okay, just joking. And Baragon, or something. I don't know. Baragon could have fit in there. Okay, this film, you know, we got basically 1954 Gojira, you know, he's inhabited by the spirits of the World War II soldiers out there inhabiting this body, and he has white pupils. This is one of my favorite suits in general, because, like, yeah, it looks like 1954, but more updated to look, and he has these white eyes, and we see some parts in his perspective, and we see humans, you know, in their perspective getting targeted, getting crushed to death, you know, people running and freaking out seeing Godzilla. And I really like this film. It also has this weird spiritual aspect to it, and I really love those practical effects. You know, the the atomic breath of Godzilla in this film, it looks good. It just destroys everything, like, boom and boom. It kills. It's strong. It feels powerful. I like it. And also, I like the whole spiritual aspect, as I said earlier. And I think the reason why it's my number 1 favorite film is because this was my first film I watched. As I said earlier, I went to the rental store. This caught my attention. This is also when I found out Godzilla was in Japan. Luckily, I managed to figure out how the remote worked and get it to English dub. A lot of people don't like dubs, but I like dubs. And this was my first Godzilla film. This is the true aspect. Even had the Godzilla theme, which I didn't even know that was his theme. But when I heard it, I said I enjoyed this. I was a young kid, and now I'm an older individual now, and I could say this is still my favorite Godzilla film. It just holds so much nostalgia power, and then when I get older, I even appreciate it even more, so it's like, this is my favorite film. Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, Giant Monsters, All Out Attack. And there you have it. Those are my top 10 Godzilla films out there. What are your top 10 films? I'm kind of curious, you know, maybe you could put down a list, you know, like a cool place, like The comments section. Okay, you're all free to go, humans. You know, the exit's, you know, right behind you. You know, you gotta go back and then take a left, I believe. It's strange. It's almost like the door moves on its own. See you all. Bye, humans. Oh, you're still here? Oh, well, oh, I know why you're still here. I didn't say my famous catchphrase. Okay, have yourself a groovy day, and, bye.